I think there's like different types of falling asleep. I think there's the drunk or under the influence person who falls asleep at a game.
Yeah, that's almost like more of a pass out thing, you know?
Right. And I see those videos. And then I think there's the you are just so freaking tired from whatever's happening in your life that you're just sitting there and you're trying to, your eyes are getting heavy and you can't keep them open.
I once watched Aaron crawl under a desk in a press box and go to sleep.
I can sleep anywhere, anytime. When I'm
jealous.
tired, it's time to go. I can take a little nap at any point.
I don't think I've actually fallen asleep, and we bring this up because yesterday Aaron mentioned Tony La Russa famously falling asleep in the White Sox dugout late in his career before someone decided that it was too late for him and he couldn't do it anymore. But we've seen it before. We've seen other people fall asleep at sporting events. 888-546-4620. You can also text your thoughts to 82945. Message and data rates may apply. Someone just texted in and said, I fall asleep listening to the show. You are welcome. I'm glad we are soothing for your soul. That's very good.
When was the last time you fell asleep during something? It doesn't even have to be a sporting event, like anything that you in public.
I hate admitting this because our guy Ken Hagen hooked me up with these tickets. Fell asleep during Metallica.
How does that even happen?
I fell asleep during Metallica.
How does that happen? Like, how long?
A couple, I didn't have like a 10-minute sleep, I don't believe, but I was dozing off.
That's a unique.
Consistently for a while.
Like, if you tell me a soft singer, somebody with a soft voice,
yeah,
and you fell asleep during that, I'd be like, all right, that makes sense. Metallica?
Had we had normal seats, I would not have fallen asleep, but we were in one of the suites. Thank you again, Ken Hagen. And there was free booze in the suite.
Yep.
And Heidi drove.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely had a handful.
So there you go. That was alcohol induced.
Slightly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't hammered, but I definitely had a handful of cranberry and vodkas. Vodka cranberry, whatever
That's
you want to call
a weird show to fall asleep at, man.
It is. You know what it was? I think I was, again, I feel bad because Ken Hagen hooked us up, but I was slightly disappointed in Metallica. They did the 2-night show, and they said, hey, let's save all of our best stuff for night 2. And night 1, like, I'm not a hardcore Metallica fan. I like Metallica. I don't love Metallica. I don't know their entire catalog. And night 1 was like, let's play all the deep cuts that people that really love us will be excited to hear. And then people that are kind of casual fans will be like, what is this?
Ken Hagen just texted us.
Oh, no.
Killing me, Pat.
I love you,
Killing
Ken. I'm
me.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I appreciate it so much.
I thought it was my mom texting
We had a great time.
me falling asleep many years ago when I was in my early 20s at a San Francisco Giants game.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard that's a beautiful ballpark,
Beautiful
too.
ballpark. You know, sometimes you
I thought
party.
you liked baseball.
Sometimes you party a little too hard and you fade away a little bit. And very appropriate for San Francisco in a la Grateful Dead, not fade away. Yeah, I did that. And that was the worst because you're like, just stay awake, stay awake. I did it recently. It wasn't a sporting event. The most recent time I did it was I went to Vegas with my buddy Waxman.
How?
So we went there for the Grateful Dead, for Bob Weir before he passed last year, and we went a day early, me and him, before a couple of our other people met us, and he really wanted to see this magician, Shin Lim. Shin Lim. That's all he talked about. Shin Lim. Shin Lim. Apparently Shin Lim was on America's Got Talent, and we had to see Shin Lim. And I was psyched.
Was it worth it?
No. and
Shin Lim sucked?
And well, no, here's the thing. I got to Vegas on a day where I'd worked all day.
Yeah.
Flew out to Vegas. You know when you get to Vegas what you start doing.
Yeah.
And it was like a 9:00 show. By 9:30, I look over, my buddy Waxman's having the time of his life, and I'm like fading in and out, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't see me sleeping. You know that feeling when you're with somebody and you're like, I hope they can't see me sleeping, but and then you catch them and you wake up from your sleep one time and they're staring at you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the worst. So Shin Lim, the magician, was the last time I did it, and it's one of the worst like feelings, trying to stay awake but physically not being able to do it. At some point, it happens to me a couple times a week but I'm on the couch at home and I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if I have a TV
all the time at home.
right?
Yeah.
If I have a TV series or a movie on, like I know I can just go back and rewatch whatever I fell asleep during.
This is so weird. I totally forgot about this until you mentioned falling asleep to Shin Lin. When Heidi and I saw Penn and Teller in Vegas, at the end of the show, there was a couple of times where I nodded off. Penn was which one doesn't speak?
I don't know.
I think the one that does speak. He did this like fire swallowing deal, right? Like where he put this flame in his mouth and put it out with his mouth. That took for like 15 minutes for some reason. And he was just talking his way through it, and I just started nodding off.
You're like, just eat the fire already.
Yeah, I remember waking up and he was like putting it in his mouth, and I was like, oh, this is perfect timing.
Do you think anyone slept through like a Super Bowl game that's listening or a World Series game? I see people sleeping at games all the time when I'm there in public, and I go, how are you sleeping right now? Like, we got a barn burner going on right in front of us.
We got a text saying they slept through the Detroit Lions game at the Silverdome on Thanksgiving after partying from college. That's pretty funny.
Ryan called in right now. Like that, I get it. If you're partying through Thanksgiving,
Tryptophan in the building.
Right. And that's a sporting event you don't want to fall asleep during. We got a call on the line right now from Ryan, it says here he fell asleep at the opera. They're like, no duh. I feel like a lot of people fall asleep at the opera.
Yeah, I hope to fall asleep at the opera.
What's unique about you falling asleep at the opera, Ryan?
So we do like family gifts every year, and so my dad got these gifts for like my brother, my mom, my dad, aunts, uncles, everybody. And the family opera, I started falling asleep. But if I'm like laying on my back or like in those chairs at the Straz, I started snoring. So you can just imagine it gets quiet during this whole opera. And then I start snoring loud, and I'm getting slapped to wake up. You know, they have multiple intermissions and stuff, and I kept falling asleep. I just couldn't stay awake.
Anything with anything, and thank you for the call, Ryan. Anything with multiple intermissions, like, yeah, you're gonna fall asleep during that.
Yeah,
that sounds like too much.
Especially
one intermission.
The opera, like that would be rough. That would be rough for me.
Metallica. How did you fall asleep during Metallica?
Those sweet suites are very comfortable.
They're so sweet.
They are. They're sweet. They're sweet seats. And the booze was fun, and yeah,